Hey guys, it's me Max Rainbow and I'm back for another video. So recently I bought a bunch of new makeup for my makeup kit for cosmetology school, and I pretty much ended up buying up to $1,100 worth of makeup. So before I started using this makeup on other people, I wanted to use it on myself so that I could be more familiar with the products and understand how they worked and that sort of thing, because the majority of these products are products I've never used before. Before we get started, I want to give a little bit of a shout out to Taylor Riley, or Styled by Taylor Riley on Instagram. Follow her on both of her accounts right here. She gave me a nice little blowout for my hair, and so it's looking a lot more smooth than usual and like just more laid. So I want to thank her for that. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. So I've already done my eyebrows because I didn't really get any products that would work for me. The way I do my eyebrows is a little bit weird. I put down a cream because I obviously don't have any eyebrows. I put down a cream first, and I do that with my foundation and everything, and then I go over that with typically eyeshadows, but I have brow powders, so I'll go over my eyebrows with those when I get to that step. But I just, you know, used my little face paint to put in my eyebrows, and I used my MAC full coverage foundation to sculpt out the edges and make them look a little bit more even. And now we're going to go in with my skincare. So all this makeup that I bought was for my makeup kit for cosmetology school, and because of that, not all of the products that I purchased are going to be suitable necessarily for my skin type. So I'm not going to use every single product that I purchased. However, if you would like to see all of the products that I purchased, I'm going to be making a whole separate video on just my beginner's makeup kit that I, you know, obviously purchased. So I'm going in firstly with the Ordinary Natural Moisturizing Factors Plus HA. This is an amazing lightweight moisturizer. I think it's like perfect for wearing underneath your makeup. I think it acts as a great like sort of primer, and it makes the skin feel moisturized without feeling overly greasy, which I find is the issue a lot of the times when I'm applying a moisturizer underneath my makeup, is that it's just too greasy and it just makes the makeup slip around rather than actually like stay on my face. Then I'm going in with the MAC Strobe Cream. This is not something new for me as well. However, it is a product that I really love. On me, it's not really going to do much because I end up putting such a thick layer of foundation over it. However, if you are a person that wears more lightweight foundation, or you want to mix this in with your foundation, you're gonna find that it's gonna give you a really nice luminous like glow. This is also really pretty if you are a person that just doesn't like to wear foundation, or at least a lot of it. You can put this on and it'll give you a nice highlight and it'll give you a nice glow. And it looks super natural. It's not like a glittery highlight or anything like that. It's just natural. It looks like you're sweating, which is kind of what you want. So then I have two new primers that I have not yet tried. I have the MAC Prep and Prime Skin Base Massage, and I have the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. I don't know which one I want to use. I think I'm more interested in trying out the Smashbox one though, so I'm gonna try this one. I've been having so many issues with my foundation just literally not wanting to sit on my nose. You know, I've had issues of it like breaking up on my nose and like in my T-zone, which, you know, happens to everybody, to be honest. That's just how like foundation wears. But recently, I've just been having major issues with it literally not wanting to stick on my nose. Like the second I apply it, it's like rubbed off. It's the strangest thing, and I haven't been able to really catch it like on film. Like it just doesn't translate. I'm really hoping that, you know, this primer will fix it or something, like it'll help it sort of stay. So now I'm going in with the Graftobian Cosmetics. It's the Super Palette, and this is in the shades Neutral. So basically, the foundation palette has all these amazing, amazing shades. What I love about it, it goes fairly light to super duper dark, which I'm really, really happy about. I wanted to be able to do pretty much anybody's makeup, and with this palette, you know, it's not every single person's undertone, it's not every single person's shade. However, it's neutral, so it's gonna go with most people's shade. So I'm really excited about that. I'm gonna go in with the lightest shade. So I'm really trying to be like conservative with the product, and it's really not helping me out. I think I'm gonna have to look into more about using cream foundations, because I don't want to stick my brush or my beauty blender directly into the product because I'm pretty sure that would contaminate it. However, I'm having really a lot of difficulty applying the product without doing that, so I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. So I'm just gonna switch from this palette to another foundation, which is still a first impression. I've actually never used it. However, it's not for my kit, it's just a personal thing. And it is the Ordinary Colors Coverage Foundation. If this product is really good, I would really be interested in buying a couple shades of it because it's really inexpensive and it has a lot of shade. I have never actually used a beauty blender before, and we will see. So far I'm liking it. I've only ever used the Real Technique sponges, and those are really, really good. But I could buy a 10-pack of beauty blenders, so I did. So this foundation is looking like it has a lot of coverage. It's even like covering a lot of my acne that I have going on around my mouth. I don't know why, but I get so much acne around my mouth area. I ordered a bunch of skincare from The Ordinary, but I got scared from using it because I started breaking out a little bit, and you know, you never know whenever you're trying new skincare if you're breaking out because it's like, you know, cleansing everything and it's just trying to get rid of all the bad stuff, or if it's just because this shit is not good for your skin. And so I got really nervous and I stopped using it, so I want to try to get back on that. It's hard because you're trying, like for me, it's not like introducing one thing, it's introducing all kinds of new steps. And so, you know, if one thing is bad and it's fucking everything else up, then it's hard to tell which one is the one affecting your skin, you know what I mean? So I might want to try to just introduce new products as I go. So I'm keeping away from my nose area as I've been having a lot of trouble with that. I found that sponges just don't apply product correctly onto my nose. I don't know why. Again, I have no clue why. However, is this shade too dark for me? I feel like it's a tad too dark. And it is, I think, the lightest shade, or one of the lightest shades. What color is this? Oh, 1.1p. So it's fair with pink undertones. I'm not sure. It seems a tad too dark, but we'll see. So now I'm going in with the Morphe M444 brush for my nose area. I prefer brush to apply foundation on my nose. I'm not sure why, I just find that it works a lot better. This brush is super dense, oh my gosh. Yeah, pretty much everything is new unless I state otherwise, so these brushes are new. I've so far put 4 pumps of this foundation. It's pretty good, I probably don't need that much, but I just needed some more for my nose. I'm not seeing as much issues with my foundation on my nose right now, although it's not flawless or anything like that. It's better, I think, but we'll see. It always, when I put in powder, it becomes, you know, a different story. So when we get there, we shall see. I don't know what it is. My skin's just like not looking as flawless as it usually does. I don't know if it's the foundation. I don't know if there's something different with my skin. Who knows? It's just looking a little bit more textured, and I don't know what that's about. It could just be my skin is not feeling it today. Could be the primer. So I am going to go in with my tried and true concealer, which is my MAC Select Cover Up. This is a really, really great concealer in my opinion. It covers up amazing. I do not have this for my kit, so I have no problem applying it directly to my face. But I'm just going to apply this to some areas that I'm seeing still have some problem. Again, for my nose, I'm going to go in with the brush. This concealer is way more my skin tone than the foundation, so it's a lot lighter than my foundation. But I think it'll be fine because I'm not like applying it to any odd areas around my face. So now I'm going to go in and contour, and I see a really good shade in this graph. Ooh. I see a shade in here that I really think would be great for contouring, and it's this color right here. It looks very gray toned and taupey. That's not a good shade for me. That's really dark and really, really gray. I like a little bit more warmth in my contour. So I actually, okay, I know that's not gonna work. So I'm just gonna bounce over that with my little beauty blender and take some more foundation and try to put that over that, because that's not gonna look cute. And if I put that over my whole face, it's gonna be a mess. That's really, like, really gray. So I don't think I'm gonna be cream contouring today, so I think we're just gonna move on and set my face. So for setting my face, I have the RCMA No Color Powder. I've never used this powder before. I know so many people talk about it. So many people say that it's like their favorite powder ever. So I'm very, very excited to try it out finally. It's all brand new. Whoa. So for powder, I'm going to go in with the Morphe E41, which is this like massive, oh my god, it just like feels like so expensive, powder brush. The brush is so huge. I don't know if you can see this, but like I tried to tap off the excess and it just got on the other side. So I'm just gonna try to like, I'm just making sure to focus that powder on my forehead area because I get a lot of creasing up there. And so I want to make sure that that area is just powdered and is not going to move. Alright, so my face feels fairly set now. So now it's time to move into contouring and highlighting and all that fun stuff. Okay, so I did purchase a new Anastasia contour kit in light to medium. You all probably, oh crap. The protective film just flew at me and it looks like this. It's brand new, but I'm not going to touch this one because I have my own that I would rather, you know, fuck up. So I'm going to be going in with the Morphe B47 brush, which I actually already own, but it looks totally different. I don't understand. You probably can't tell on film, but the original one, the one that I owned before I purchased this one, looks a lot like more expensive. Like it's more rounded at the top, it seems more full. This one seems a little bit more flimsy and it's not so rounded, but I'm going to be going in with Fawn, I believe it's called, from the Anastasia contour kit. It's the middle one. I'm going to be using that to just sort of warm up my face, add some more dimension, that sort of thing. So the brush is shedding a lot on me, and I don't remember it shedding like this the last time I bought this brush, so I'm not sure what they did differently with this brush. So next I'm going to go in with the Morphe R10 brush with a darker shade, I don't know, there's still like bristles from that last brush. I believe I'm going to go in with this shade because it's a little bit more warm and deeper, but it's still, you know, cool enough. And this is going to be a little bit more of a precise contour. Ooh, whoa, that is sharp. So that blended out pretty, oh, I don't know, it's kind of looking a little bit muddy for me. Let me go in with that Morphe B47 and blend that out a little bit because that was just a lot. I know I'm a drag queen, but I don't like my contours to be super duper harsh. I feel like I don't remember how to do makeup, like what's going on. So because this brush is so much more like stiff and precise, I'm gonna go down my nose, but I definitely do not have a shade, at least not that I can find, that I would feel comfortable using on my nose. I usually like a much more gray taupe shade for my nose contour. So because of that, I'm going to be going in with the MAC blush in taupe. So I'm just going to be going in on that same Morphe R10 brush to contour my nose. And I don't think this is going to be like my precise like drag queen snatched nose with this brush, but I like to lay down the color first so that it's more blended, and then I'll go in with a more defined brush to define it a little bit more. But laying down this initial layer of a more blended base will make it a little bit easier to contour and blend out later. So I got this brush from Morphe, the E47, and I think I'm going to use this to attempt to contour my nose. So I'm going in with that MAC taupe blush, and I'm just going to try to carve out this nose. I think I totally just did that way too thin. Honey was trying to feel her Magnolia Crawford fantasy for a second, but whoa. this brush, it's a million times, I think, better than that Coastal Scents one I've been using. For years, I've been using that brush. And this just blended that out a way more. Like, that other one, oh wow, my nose looks snatched today. That's nice. I'm very impressed with that. I don't feel like my cheeks are contoured enough, so I'm gonna go back in with this brush. I don't know why, like at first I thought it was too intense, now I'm not feeling intense enough, like what's going on? Alright. Blend that out a little bit, just very haphazardly. So next I'm going to go into my under eyes and just highlight them a little bit with the M437 brush from Morphe. This isn't exactly like the shape brush that I would prefer to use when doing this, but I didn't really get one otherwise. So I'm trying to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour and Highlighting Kit, but this shade is too dark to highlight for me, and it's the lightest shade. For most people, they wouldn't want such a severe highlight, so I didn't purchase a really like proper white color, which is what I like to highlight with. So I'm just gonna go in with my MAC Shivering White powder and highlight using that, because it's just my preferred, you know, thing, is a bright highlight. But most people don't really want this much of a bright under eye and like this kind of highlight. They would rather just have like a glowy, blinding highlight. So I don't find it really necessary when doing other people's makeup, but for me, I need this. I think that totally just applied the highlight like amazing. And now I'm going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. I don't know, it's the Ultimate Glow Kit. And so this one to me is like the best one of her glow kits, because it really is just like all like shades for all types of skin tones and like no bullshit. There's a white one, so that's what I'm gonna be going in with. I believe that the brush that everybody uses to highlight is the M510 from Morphe, or it's the M530, I don't know. I think it's the M510. So I'm gonna go in with that on the color Snow, because that's white and that's the only shade that I can rock. Oh wow. So that is giving me a glow. So on the other eye, I want to try out the Morphe, the Ofra, what is it? It's Glazed Donut from the Nikki Tutorials like collab. I want to try that on my other side. So, oh shit. Oh my god. I literally like lightly tapped my brush in there. Hold on. I'm never like dramatic like that, but that's intense. That was really intense really quickly. I hate it whenever YouTubers are like, oh, you know, like, oh my god, the glow. But I'm like, whoa, that very quickly turned into a lot. Ooh, I really like this because the Anastasia ones are very glittery, whereas the Ofra one is very glossy. Like, it doesn't look like anything on the skin up close, but when you turn to the side, you see that glow. Ooh, I like, wow, 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 wow. I just like, oh my gosh. I'm shook. I'm actually like shook. That's impressive. Girl, we gotta blend this shit out. It didn't mean to be that intense. Let me go in with that bigger one, bigger brush from Morphe that I showed before, and try to blend this bitch out. For my nose, I'm gonna go in with, it's an eyelash fan brush, I believe, B34. And I'm gonna use this to highlight my nose. Ooh, nice. Nice, 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 nice. That looks good. So next I'm going to go in and do my brows. I'm gonna fill those back in. So for that, I bought something that totally was like, you know, unnecessary, but at the same time, like a good purchase, I think. And it's the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Pro Palette. And I'm pretty sure these are all of her brow shades that she sells. So, yeah. I'm gonna go in with I think taupe for now because I love using a good taupe color for my brows. And from there, we'll see. So I've got the Morphe M432 and I'm gonna take the color taupe for now, and we might go in and deepen this up even more, but for now we're gonna go in with the darker side of the taupe one to fill in my already drawn on brows. So I'm really loving this taupe color for my eyebrows, though I think I will be going in with a little bit of a darker shade to deepen them up. But for now, like, I use like a million shades for my eyebrows, and this taupe shade is looking really, really good as like the base shade. And then I'll go in with something a little bit darker to deepen it up, mainly on the like tail of the brow. So for my cosmetology school, I did get makeup that they provided to do, you know, that is in theory supposed to be, you know, able to be used to do the full face. So if you guys would like to see me do a tutorial or something, or in attempting to do a full face using those products, I can try. We will, you know, see how well that would turn out. Not sure. You know, the products, some of them are good, but I just don't feel as though they are, you know, to the quality that I prefer. And this brow is looking chunky on the ends, but I can try to deepen that up. So next I'm gonna go in with maybe soft brown, the darker side of the soft brown shade. I'm really liking that. It's giving me dimension, but still keeping my eyebrows like light. I usually end up going in with like a black to deepen up my eyebrows because I don't have enough of like shade differences, you know? I just have like a brown and then a black. But I'm liking that I have the ability to go in with something a little bit darker, but nothing too drastic of a difference, you know what I mean? I can imagine using these on a person with actual eyebrows would be very, very nice, but I'm liking the way those brows are looking. Always uneven. They're always uneven. My eyebrows are just always uneven. It's like literally impossible to have them not be. Also, I'm sorry if you guys are like hearing a bunch of birds. I don't know why they're going wild outside right now, but next I'm going in with the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Painterly to prime my eyes. This came in a huge pot. I was very, very surprised. I've never used this product, surprisingly, though I am like a MAC super fan. I've never used Painterly before, or I've never used like any of their paint pots. I'm not sure what they're meant to be. I think they're meant to be like cream eyeshadows maybe, but everybody just uses them as a primer. I'm really liking the way this feels on my eyes. It's like not so thick like whenever I use a concealer, though I do wish, I don't know, they might sell a white shade. Maybe I should pick that up. But I like priming my eyes with a white, and I think soft ochre might be lighter than this, so maybe I should pick that up. But I think that it did a good job, you know. I think it's a little bit dark for me, but I think on any other normal person, like, it'd be fine. Alright, so now on to eyeshadows. So I have quite a few fun new products that I want to try out, mainly the Viseart palettes because they are just so expensive and I want to make sure that they're like good quality. And then I also have two Morphe palettes that I have as well that I really want to try. The only Morphe palettes I've owned previously to this that was the Jaclyn Hill palette, but I have the, what is this one? The 35O. I think this is like the iconic one, and it's matte. They're all mattes. And then I have the 35B palette, which is all a bunch of bright colors and stuff. So I'm excited. I think I'm probably going to do something colorful because I always do. So yeah. So first I'm going to set that base that I have put down using this color from the Viseart palette. It's like the white one, but it's like an off-white, like it's not fully white. And for that I'm going in with the Morphe M433 brush. I'm also using this to sort of lighten down the soft, is it soft ochre or Painterly? I think it's Painterly, right? The paint pot that I used. I'm just using that to lighten that a little bit because like I said, it's a little bit dark for me, and also to set it a little bit. And yeah, So I think I'm gonna go in with some greens because I never do green eyeshadow, but I love it so much. So firstly, I'm gonna go in with the Morphe Y14 brush. I'm sure this is not meant to be used on the eyes, but I don't care because I think that it's gonna be amazing for my transition shade. And no, it wasn't. So I'm gonna go in with Morphe M504 brush. I swear, I own all these brushes, but they are totally different than, like, these new ones that I have are totally different than the old ones, but it might have something to do with, like, the fact that I washed them. Like, I don't know what's going on. There's, like, literally, like, oh my god, it's weird. I'm not sure if it's the product or if it's the brush or, like, why I'm having so many issues right now. So I'm just gonna go in with the Morphe M504. See, y'all, conspiracy, they be switching shit up because I just went in with the Morphe M504, like a new one that I just purchased. It's totally more tapered and like pointy at the end, whereas my old one is a lot more fluffy, which is why I love it so much as a crease, like as a transition shade. See, that just went on a million times better. Isn't that weird? Same exact brush, somehow my old one is better. So I'm just gonna try to go in and blend what I just, you know, did out with my old brush. But I'm going in with this shade from the Viseart. This is the Viseart 01 Neutral Matte. It's like a sort of gray brown shade, which I love for, you know, transition shades because it's, when I'm doing colorful looks, I don't want anything real, well, unless it's what I'm going for. I don't really want anything too warm or anything like that. I just want a nice sort of mid-tone color just to make blending easier. I think this is a great shade for that. This side's looking a million times more dark, but we're just gonna go with it. So next, I'm going in with this top color right here. It's like a bright green, and I'm gonna put that in my crease. So these shadows so far are coming across very, like, buildable. Like, it's not like one swipe for me is giving me super duper, like, so much pigmentation. You know, there are good things and bad things to that sort of thing, you know. Sometimes you do want just a bam pop of color. It could be the brush that I'm using. Since I am using a more fluffy brush, it's understandable that they probably are not going to come across as pigmented as they typically would be. But, you know, this green is pulling very, like, yellow on me, like more of a lime color. It's not necessarily a bad thing, it's just a thing. So I'm going to be going in with that old Morphe M504 brush in the darker green from the Viseart palette, and I'm going to deepen up that crease. I mean, so far I've only obviously used 2 shades, but I am really enjoying this eyeshadow palette. Pretty much I was looking for alternatives to the Sugar Pill eyeshadows because, you know, these eyeshadow palettes, these Viseart ones, can seem super duper 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 expensive. Like, oh my god, they're $72. That's a crazy, crazy price. But I was thinking, well, I was actually like looking into buying new Sugar Pill eyeshadows because I haven't. My Sugar Pill eyeshadows are nearly 4 years old, and so I was like, oh, maybe I should like buy new ones. And they, you know, I was like looking into how much it would cost to pretty much make this palette out of Sugar Pill eyeshadows. It would cost like $130. And so, you know, although the $72 price tag may look like crazy, it actually is like kind of realistic when you think about the eyeshadows that you get, because if I wanted to buy those Sugar Pill ones individually, it would be actually like a lot more expensive. So I'm just continuing to go in with that darker green shade from the Viseart palette to just deepen all this up. And when I'm doing this, I can definitely see how that other green was pulling a lot more yellow, because it almost looks like I put a yellow into my crease. But I didn't, it was just that green. And I'm bringing it down just how I do normally when I do a cut crease. Then, to deepen up that green crease even more, I think I'm going to go in with this dark green eyeshadow from the Morphe the Morphe 35B. 35B palette. It's like the darkest green that they have in this palette. I'm going to be going in with that to deepen up this crease even more. I'm actually like really liking these colors on my eye. It almost feels like a sin to mix like a Morphe $22 palette for 35 shades with a Viseart palette that's 70 something dollars, I think. It feels like a sin. It would be like wearing a Gucci outfit with shoes from Forever 21, you know? But if the products work, and they do seem to be working. Just a little update, there is creasing in my forehead, but not nearly as much as it usually does crease. So I'm going to go back in with my powder. Maybe next time I'll try to powder with my wet like beauty blender, but for now I'm just going to try to add more powder to my forehead to make it not as creasy or make it crease less, and that's just more of that RCMA powder. You know, hopefully it doesn't crease as bad. I want to start wearing makeup to school, but if I can't make it stay for more than 5 minutes, it's definitely not going to stay for a whole day. So yeah. So next on my eyelid, I'm going to go in with the white shade from the Viseart palette and put that on one eye, and then I'm going to try to use the white shade on the Morphe on the other side. So on this side that I'm doing right now, this is the Viseart white, and I'm using the Morphe M513. Again, a brush that I'm pretty sure I own, but looks completely different. And for this, I'm just going to be lightening up my lid. Not really, I mean, it's kind of more defining like the cut crease, but I don't like to go in with the concealer and make a super sharp cut crease, because for me, on my eye shape, I don't feel that it looks good. And now on another clean brush, I'm going to be going in with the Morphe white, and let's see how this performs. Yeah, that's not performing. I'm like digging into it, and that's not performing. So I'm going to go back in with that white from Viseart. Now personally, when I use white eyeshadow or white on my eyes, I just go in with my powder that I use to like highlight, my white shivering white from MAC, because I just feel like, you know, that's a huge, like, I run through white eyeshadows so quickly somehow, so I'd rather just use that, because in theory it's like cheaper because you get a bigger pan. I'm just gonna go back in with that more lime green eyeshadow from the Viseart palette and just try to blend, you know, this white in with this green. And then what I'm gonna do, now I'm gonna need a sort of shimmery color for my lid, and for that I don't really have any new products, so I'm just gonna go in with the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette using the color Mean. It's this green color down here. This palette is completely shimmery, so I find myself barely ever reaching for it, because I just really, you know, shimmers are just not, you know, my cup of tea. But this is a shimmery green color, and I definitely don't own any other shimmery green colors. So I'm gonna go in with that, just using the brush from the palette, and I'm spritzing the more flat brush with some water mixed with contact solution, and I'm just gonna apply that. Do I want to apply this to my lids? Hold on. I feel like, will this look right? I don't feel as though that was like a good combination, but I'm just gonna do it to the other side because I don't want it to be like uneven. Yeah, I do not like this on my eyelids for this look, just because it's too similar to the colors like in my crease. It just looks a bit strange. So I'm just gonna go back in with that, let's see. I'm just gonna go in with the Morphe M513 with that Viseart white shadow again, and just go over it and kind of lighten it. Either white again or just a lighter shade of green. I don't really care. I just don't want this shade to be on my eyes. I'm gonna go back in with that deeper green and just run that around in my crease, because after all that, it needs some refreshing. That's why I usually start with a white base, because then this sort of step is not necessary, but whatever. And then once again, with that lime green, let's just throw this around. And I think with the Morphe M441, I guess, I'll go in with the yellow shade from the Viseart palette, and I'll run that through my crease since it's already turning yellow, and I think it'd just be, you know, a nice little, let's just make that even more yellow. And then for under my brows, I'm just gonna go in with, oh, that's not, I need like a small brush. What is this? I guess I'll go in with the M506 brush with that white shadow from Viseart again, and just sort of lay that right between, well, on top of mainly the yellow shade and under my brow, because when I put that yellow shade in, it kind of just completely got rid of any brow bone space that I had, you know, and so I'm just gonna lighten that up a bit. There you go. So next, I'm gonna go in and just go with that Ofra highlighter. I'm gonna use that on my lid and my brow bone because I want to add some shimmer, and this shit was intense. So yeah, that is what I'm talking about. Wow, that is really, really frosty. Now I'm not sure how much I like it for like an inner corner though, because this doesn't really give off the vibe of like being wet, you know, and that's what I like with my highlighters, is for it to look like wet. So maybe let me try the Anastasia Beverly Hills in Snow. Let's try this for an inner corner. What about on my lid? Yeah. Alright, so I think I'm gonna have to be forced to go in with the Jeffree Star, with the Jeffree Star Cosmetics, blah blah blah, ice cold. Get through this real fast because nobody's trying to promote this, but nothing's giving me what I want, so. Whoa, wait, that's really weird. Did it not just like get rid of all the white I had? What the fuck is going on? Girl, what is going on? I don't know. I'm becoming increasingly more frustrated. I'm just putting white back over that and we're calling it a day because I'm getting frustrated with this eyeshadow now. But to be honest, it's not really the eyeshadow's fault, it's the highlighters that I'm trying to put on my crease's fault. So blend all that shit together and let's just call it a day. So for under my eye, I'm just going to repeat the eyeshadows I put on top. So firstly, I'm going in with that lime green shade. And then I'm going in with that darker green shade. Oh, and I'm using the Morphe M213 brush. So I'm going in with that darker green shade for the outer part. Okay, so basically my camera died, so then I went and ate dinner, and I was just waiting for my camera to charge, and then I fell asleep. Well, here I am. It's been roughly maybe 13, 14 hours since the last like clip that you would have just seen. So my makeup has kind of like broken down a little bit. I tried to like touch it up the best I can just to like bring back the intensity to the colors, you know, and my contour and highlight and reapply everything, because I was literally like rolling around in bed. Like, I'm not just like laying on my back, I'm like on my side, rubbing my face all over the place. So like, you know, I think my makeup wore pretty well throughout all that. But, you know, there was a lot of creasing and the foundation started to like wear away in some of my, you know, acne areas. And so I don't think that's like any testament to the foundation. It stayed on pretty well. Otherwise, like, you know, I was obviously like, it's been like 14 hours or something, so that's pretty good. It looks pretty good for that time. It's So if we wanted a wear test for anything, my hair's all weird, like my sideburns. I don't know. So I'm just gonna finish. So I'm gonna go in with a mascara. I didn't buy mascara for my kit. I just wasn't even thinking, and I need like mascara, disposable mascara ones, and I don't know where to buy them. People are saying they are apparently at CVS, but I don't buy it. So I'm gonna apply the, what is this? This is the MAC False Lashes Extreme in black, and this is just like the sample. I would never use like I don't think I would ever buy a MAC mascara, but just because like you can get good mascaras at the drugstore. That's that one thing that you can always find a cheaper alternative for. I don't feel like you need to ever spend a lot of money on a mascara, but it was a free sample, so of course I'm gonna use it. Your entire look can be perfect, and then the second you go in with mascara, one little smudge and it's like over. So, should I try to do this green mascara on my lower lashes? Let's see how it'll look. If it looks bad, we'll just go over it again. I guess it's fine. I don't know. I never know what to do with the lower lashes. Now let's attempt to fix what I just like totally like fucked up. Let's see. Let's try to go over that with some white shadow. Oh, and that green mascara that I used was the MAC Zoom Lash in the color Green is Green. It's like one of their travel size. Okay, FML, like really? I think it looks fine. When I put on eyelashes, like who's gonna really notice? Okay, so for eyelashes, I'm gonna go in with, do I want to do eyelashes or lips? What do I want? I think I'll do lashes next, and then teeth, and then lips. So, I'm gonna go in with the Eylure Dramatic Lashes 205. I like these lashes, they're very nice. I like to use these eyelashes for when I do cut creases, and I like to use the 126s. They're a little bit more natural for whenever I do halo eyes. Okay, now I'll whiten my teeth. Just so everybody knows, I don't whiten my teeth using face paint anymore. I know I still have that video up, and so people are always discovering it, and they're like concerned for my health. I use the Maire like tooth effects. I don't know, it's like a teeth paint. It's meant for your teeth, and it's in white. So that's what I use now. Okay, so now that I'm done with my teeth, I'm gonna do my lipstick. So I got quite a few different lip products and lip palettes of sorts. I got this sort of pink colors, and I got two different types of nudes. But I think for this look, I'm kind of interested in a more like, in like an orangey, sort of like light orangey nude. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this Anastasia Beverly Hills. Ooh, this is like cheap. This is like almost like paper. Like it feels like very cheap, the palette that it comes with. Like I have stainless steel ones. These are heavy, these are high quality. This is cheap, the palette that comes with the Anastasia one. I do not feel like this palette is good at all though. I do feel like it's literally like, I don't know how to describe it, like the colors are being rubbed into the palette. Like it's too soft of a metal or whatever it is. Like, this is a really cute color. And now I'm gonna go in with the MAC Lip Glass. And like, it's like just clear. So this is gonna be super duper thick, and we'll see if I like it. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of like thick glosses, but it looks like it's gonna be like a beautiful gloss, so. I'm not sure how I feel about like this glossy lip, just because I'm not a big fan of glosses, but it is a nice gloss. Like, if you like gloss, this is a great one, but I'm just not a fan of gloss. But regardless, You know, it's sticky, but it's not like, you know whenever you get a sticky gloss and it like globs in the center whenever you open your mouth? I mean, I applied this very lightly, like not super thick, but it doesn't do that, and it still has that nice, like, bright shine, so I'm liking that about it. Yeah, and see, this is too soft of a metal, because I don't know if it'll pick up on camera, but if you can see, the color I put on there has already stained it, because it's, like, literally going into the metal, like, it's too soft. I think I'm gonna stick to my, like, stainless steel one, because this one is just cheap. You can tell it's not even like real metal because, or it's like not a good metal because these palettes, okay, they have magnets, right? This does not stick. This stick. This will probably like just go in the trash, to be honest. But yeah. And I also just realized I did not apply a blush, so that's what I'm gonna do now. I was just looking for a nice soft little, you know, something. Let me go in with my powder brush and try to buff some of that away. And I'm going to just like, because I applied way too much of that, I think I'm gonna go in with, let's see, this brush that has a little bit of my like matte highlighter, and then I'm gonna go in, I want to try out the fan brush as well, just see how it applies these Anastasia highlighters. So I'm gonna go in with this fan brush now to apply. Okay, still pretty. I'm liking these highlighters, they're very nice. Cool. Alright, so this is the finished look. So yeah guys, that was it for my first impressions video. I hope you guys liked this video. If you want more videos like this where I'm more talkative throughout the video rather than a voiceover, let me know down in the comments below. I know they can be a lot more long, so, you know, just tell me what you think about these. I'm just playing around with different things. So anyways guys, if you like this video, make sure to like it, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I mean, come on, like, what are you doing? But yeah, anyways guys, my name is Max Rainbow. I will see you all later. Goodbye. Mwah.
If you like the way I talk, then why am I